I'm Dan Rossi. To my left is Travis Juska, Andrew Rossi, Rob Skelly, Mark McDonnell, and Stephen Gitu. So on the walk, if you'd like to talk to us, don't worry if you forgot our names. You just now know who are the gentlemen that have walked from Vancouver to Toronto, so thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would first like to thank you all for coming out to support the Freedom Walk Journey for Justice, giving victims a voice. I'm sure I speak for all of us today when I say the founders of the Canadian Crime Victims Foundation, Joe and Joe Wamback, and the D.R.I.V.E team, welcome to Barrie. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Cheryl Bullock. I became a victim of crime when my only child, 14-year-old Brayton Bullock, was murdered right here in Barrie on March 9th, 2006. Although they do not know it, it was Joe and Lozanne and their son Jonathan that inspired me to walk down the lonely road of becoming a victim's advocate. So thank you, Joe, Lozanne, Jonathan, for helping me find my voice. So at this time, I would like to call on Cameron Agawissa to lead us in an opening prayer and smudge.
All of us know people who are in a place perhaps darker than our own through the actions of others or through unfortunate circumstances in their lives. And those are the people that we think about, and those are the people that you are walking for as part of this initiative. The Canadian Crimes Victim Foundation does important work and remembers people even after the headlines or perhaps after the initial very difficult first days. There are many more difficult days beyond that for victims of crime, and they last for many years. It's a message I've heard from Tammy and Cheryl and others in the community, and it is so important that we as caring communities support these organizations and support the victims of crime, not just in the days following, but in the months and years following as they deal with what they've been through.
The amendments to the Conditional Releases Act have now come into full force, and this will ensure more rights for victims and more consideration for victims in the criminal justice process. Having been a former co-op student in the Barrie Crown Attorney's Office, I saw firsthand the lack of consideration and involvement that victims have received in the past with the criminal justice system. So let's hope that this is a positive change, and this is an amazing turnout. And best of luck on behalf of the federal government for the remainder of your walk. Thank you.
Mr. Jackson feels very strongly about keeping our children safe and in school. It takes a concentrated effort of our whole community to stop bullying. The Freedom Walk is about giving a voice to crime victims. And we are here today to recognize that victims of crime need our support.
Good afternoon. My name is Quentin Bullock. I want to thank everyone for their hard work and showing up for such a worthy cause. I don't know a lot of people here, but I know very well why everybody is here. And I can't thank you enough. I am one of many who have lost one to a violent crime. I lost my beloved cousin Brayton to a stabbing at Lackey's Bush. And 6 years later, I still miss him more than ever. Now is the time to take action against violent crime and bullying. I think more anti-bullying programs should be introduced into local schools, not only in Ontario, but in all of Canada. I think with enough people, we can change our laws and our future. To conclude, thank you. Let's get her done.
Although the criminals, the offenders, have access to free counselling anytime they want, their victims do not.
We know that Canada is one of the most compassionate nations on earth, and it's time now to demonstrate that compassion and create those services that are so desperately needed by those who are hurt the most.
Community safety is much too precious and important to be left to just the police alone. It is up to all of us, all levels of government, all aspects of society, to be able to be involved in that process and to provide true community safety. And I feel this Freedom Walk, this very noble effort that has been undertaken, and to those of you who have come out here in support, this is an important step along that path.
Cheryl and Tammy, thank you very much. And I want everybody, not only here, but across this country, to know that Barrie, Cheryl, and Tammy have raised more money than any other city in Canada to date. Congratulations and thank you.
And we're going to walk on actually the walking path through the lakeshore and through Centennial Park. That's probably the safest route.